do this experiment to have a look at how much heat energy change there is when we do a displacement reaction. So the displacement reaction we're going to start with is magnesium and copper sulfate, and you should have a think about what's going to form as products from this. Now, for my experiment, I can use up to a maximum mass of 1.5 grams of magnesium, and I've decided I'm going to do a series of different tests, 6 different tests, using 0.25 grams of magnesium and increasing it by 0.25 each time. So this is 0.25, this is 0.5, 0.75, 1.0, 1.25 and 1.5. And that will give me a really nice range of data then that I'll be able to plot on a graph. So as you can see, I've already measured out my mass of magnesium powder, and I've already measured out 50 millilitres of copper sulfate to put in each cup. I've taken the starting temperature of them. They're all starting at 19 degrees. So I'll show you the first experiment, and then I'll rejoin you again when I'm doing the final experiment, and then I'll show you the data that I've collected. Okay, so just confirming that we're still at 19 degrees, which we are. I'm going to add my magnesium in one quick, swift motion and stir it in. There. You might like to have a think about why I'm doing this experiment in a polystyrene cup, and also why I'm stirring it. Okay, the temperature has gone up, so I'm going to record the maximum temperature. Okay, so the temperature's gone up quite a bit now, and the final temperature on here I'm recording as 40 degrees. Okay, so I've just added the magnesium to this final cup, and I'm seeing what happens to the temperature here. Okay, so I think I've got the maximum temperature now. I'm recording that as 61 degrees C. Can you see if it's the same? Okay, so I'm going to repeat the experiment again using 2 different metals. I've got the same setup with copper sulfate, and this time I've got zinc powder, and my masses of zinc powder are 0.5, 1 gram, 1.5, 2 grams, 2.5 grams. And I've also got the same experiment again here with all my copper sulfate already measured out. And this time iron powder, again 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5 grams. So I'll be taking the starting temperatures, adding the metals and recording the maximum temperature that it gets to. But it's as you can see, it's an extremely repetitive experiment. I don't think you need to watch the whole lot. So the procedure is exactly the same as it was with the magnesium. So I'll join you again later when I've gathered all the data. Okay, I've finished all the experiments now, and I'm showing you my data sheet for the results for the iron and copper sulfate experiment. And you can see I've completed the table and I've started to plot a graph. And I'd like you to do the same with the metal that you're going to research. So if you look in the class notebook, you'll see that there's a photograph there with all 3 sets of data for all 3 metals, and you can choose which one you want to do.